Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Anne. If you haven't been here before, welcome. Eddie is my cat. We are actually back home now because the toilet and the shower has been, installed enough for me to be able to use them from home. Eddie wants to say hello. You want to say hello, Fatty? So this is the adorable Eddie. He doesn't have any ties on at the moment. Today is a very special video because today is my first sponsored video, guys. It is sponsored by SmartWings. They were kind enough to send me a blind that is remote controlled. You can also get ones that are controlled by Google Home, I believe it's called, and Alexa. I'm not up with technology, so I just requested the one with a remote control. I am still very not very technically minded. I'm a bit old school. But who knows, maybe one day I will get there, guys. The blind they've given me to try out for you all fits this main window, the main front door pretty much. So I have to remove the old one right now and yeah, unbox this and let's see if I can put it together before work today. I could only move the bunk bed this far, so I'm hoping I can install the new blind in this tiny gap, because the blind I've chosen actually hangs over, if that makes sense. Oh my God. The reason I wanted it to hang over is because it is controlled by the remote control. I need to make sure that it's going to want to go over this door handle, because the other blind I have, it hangs over, but because it's recessed into the frame, it does get caught on here sometimes and I have to guide it over with my hand. But this blind won't be recessed in there. It will be coming, it's wider. So it'll be, I don't know how to explain it, guys. You will see. Okay, I'm going to unbox this now and then we'll come back. I've just unboxed everything. This is what we're working with. The manual, the little bits and pieces. It was double boxed and all wrapped up. They packed it really well, so I'm hoping this should have arrived undamaged. This is the original blind. I wanted something that was close to that color, so I knew it would match my room, but it did turn out a lot lighter. But I don't mind. I think it's going to match that wall quite well, especially because it will cover a lot of that architrave. Now the fun part, instructions. Oh, I hate reading them, but I'm gonna have to, I think. If I haven't mentioned yet, this blind is a Roman blind. So when it goes up, it folds up, I believe. Well, that's what my old Roman blinds used to do. I think Roman blinds look a lot fancier, a lot more high end. Let's hope it actually looks like that in my room. I believe I've opted for the outside mount, and it came with 3 of these, and there's 3 of those attached to the blind. They do slide side to side, but it kind of looks like I have to mount this to the architraves and then fix that to that, like fix that to that somehow. These are the screws that came with it. There's only 6 of them, so I assume they are to mount these brackets with. I also did find a drill bit that I'm hoping would be the right size for this screw. I'm not sure, but it's the only one I can find. And because those brackets on the blinds are adjustable, I'm just going to guess where to put them up here. I'll try to get them evenly, maybe like, I don't know, 10 mil in on the ends and then 1 straight smack bang in the center. And if I line it up straight to the top of the architraves, I'm hoping I can't really go wrong. I don't know what I'm doing, guys. The instructions are not too clear. Then I'm going to pre-drill. Oh, this drill bit is blunt. It's not wanting to go in. Oh, I'm standing on a chair because there's no way I can get a ladder, in behind the loft bed when I get to that side. So I need to invest in some new drill bits. I'm going to drill these holes and then come back. Okay, I've got my holes pre-drilled finally. That was hard yakka. Once I got through, I don't know, halfway in the timber, went in quite easily. Now to put this bracket on, I hope I'm doing it right, guys. If I can do this, anyone can do this. Oh no, I've marked my architraves. I know that hides it, that's all right. Okay, that was a good size drill bit. It's perfect for these screws, thank goodness. Oh man, I might need to use the hand screwdriver for the rest of that. I do not have any strength today. Oh my gosh. All right, this blind actually arrived over a week ago. I just haven't had time to create this video until today because of all the tiling work and then the plumbing work. And now, you know, I have to prioritize this, but I'm actually really excited to show you all as well and to see it for myself, how cool this blind is going to be. Oh my gosh. Okay, don't do what I'm doing. Standing on the countertop with minimal space. Tighten with this, hopefully that's it. Oh no, it's pretty tight. Now I've got to do the same up the other end. You know, it's going to be quite time consuming, so I'll just do it off camera and then we'll come back. I finally just got the other side on. I've marked my wall when I was moving the loft bed out of the way, and this is how I've had to position the chair. It just would not fit any other way to get in there, but now I've got to mark the center and put the last one in there somewhere. Hopefully the chair, I don't know, let's see. All right, I managed to get the chair to fit in there, so I can now focus on the center. Only issue now is where I got the screws from. It came with wall plugs, that's why I assumed it's for those brackets, and these screws do fit in those brackets, but then it came with this. I don't know what it is. I'm wondering if I'm meant to put it behind the bracket, you know, between the bracket and the timber architraves. I'm hoping not because I haven't used them. Maybe I only need that if I need to bring it out a couple of millimeters away from, you know, the wall, but we'll see if it works without it. We are going to get to that center bracket right now. Whoa. Oh my gosh, that chair nearly fell over on me. Occupational health and safety, guys, so don't do what I'm doing. All right, last two. Only problem after this is I haven't figured out how to attach the blind to the bracket. I found these screws and I don't know what to do with them, but we'll get to that part. I don't even have a drill bit. What did I do with it? Oh my God. Oh, it's on the floor for some reason. I thought I put it in there. I'm so confused. Now, looking at these, looks like those tiny screws, washer and nut, well, I guess they're bolts, go in there somehow. So they go down from the top into the brackets I've just put up, and then the nut goes underneath. But how do I get it underneath that? It goes underneath this one. That's how the two connect. So there must be a way that comes off, and then I attach that to the brackets on the ceiling. Oh, you push it. You push it, guys. Huh. Cool. I'm going to start with the middle one because that's where the chair is currently. So it looks like two sets of the stuff. They're so tiny. I don't want to lose them, guys. I believe they probably would not have given me any spares. And then, yeah, get this up here somehow. I might need a screwdriver. So that goes like that somehow. The bolt goes in the top. Oh, not like that. Like that. And then the washer and then the nut. Oh my God, how do I do this? Huh. Oh, it falls straight through. So how does that work? That fell straight through there. Or maybe the washer goes on top of that so it doesn't fall through. Like that, maybe. I'm just making it up, guys. I'm going to have to re-look at the instructions. It just doesn't make sense unless I'm supposed to have a washer at the top and at the bottom. I really should reread the instructions. Is that even going on? I think so. Let's push it out to the front as much as I can. Then if I do that to all of them, I know they're going to be even, but I'm going to reread the instructions before I go any further. Oh, yeah, I made it up right. Sometimes I have a little common sense. Now I've got to get more nuts and bolts and washers. Oh my God. So nut and washer on top, down the hole. I meant bolt and washer on top and down the second hole. The nut goes underneath. They're so small. If you got large fingers, I really don't know how easy this would be. I don't know how tight I need to make these, guys. It's hard to hold the nut underneath and turn the screwdriver because it just wants to spin with the bolt. I don't know if I have a tool to It seems firm enough. That will do. I'm going to do the same to those two and then we'll come back. But first, I'll show you what it looks like up here. So that's the bottom of the bolts I just put in. The nut is there. And that's what it looks like from the top. I've just put up the second one on the left-hand side here. And it turns out I can bring it forward a little bit more. So I might do the same to this one. I just want to make sure that there's enough clearance to hang over that door handle. I'll adjust that, bring it forward, and then put up the third one, and then we'll come back, guys. I don't know what is going on. I tried to extend those out, like how this one is, and I couldn't get it to come out any further. Can't figure out why, so I'm just going to bring this one back. I don't know what's going on, guys. Oh, I missed a hole. That's why. That's not meant to come out that far. I've missed a hole. So those two nuts and bolts are coming out of the same hole. Okay, now that I figured that out, I'll make this left one like the others and pray that the blind will go over the door handle. And if it doesn't, I'll readjust the other brackets to this way. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to do it this way, but I guess it will help extend it. And maybe, I don't know, maybe that's why those holes are long. Turns out they didn't give you any extra bolts and nuts and washers either. So if you plan to get one of these blinds, make sure you don't lose those tiny pieces or yeah, you'll have to go buy some more from Bunnings. All right, now for the fun part, to try and get this blind up. It's kind of heavy. I'm sure I will manage because I have to. Oh my God. I don't have any plans of how I'm going to do this. I'm just going to figure it out as I go along. Oh my gosh. Oh. Oh my gosh, it's heavy. It's so heavy, guys. It's heavy on the right. Do I do it from the loft bed? I don't even know what I'm doing once I'm up here. They must just push on. Why does that right one look crooked? If I can get this middle one on, it would help. Do I go from the back? I think I need two people. That right black bracket looks crooked. But these ones won't even... Okay. I got these two in, but that right bracket is crooked. I'm going to try to force it and see if it wants to straighten itself up. Probably a bad idea. This is the view from the loft bed. As you can see, I've screwed this one in slightly crooked and it's not centered. It needs to be slid this way a little bit. That's the good thing about this blind is you can just readjust the position after it's installed. Okay, let's see if I can bend it enough for it to fit anyway. Oh no, the camera's fallen. It didn't take too much force, but it looks like it's in now. Don't put it on crooked, guys. Don't do what I just did. Also, I think I'm going to have to remove this aircon holder so it's got room to come down. I'm really worried about this. I may have to extend the bracket after all. Those screws are so small, this one doesn't fit. I'm going to have to get the little Azito drill, I think. Perfect. I'm going to have lots of little holes and bits and pieces to patch after installing this blind, but it's going to be worth it, guys. Okay, the next job I believe is the remote. Comes with screws to attach the holder somewhere, which I won't worry about at the moment. I don't know where I would want to put it. Comes nice and wrapped up to be protected. Even comes with 2 AAA batteries for it. Righty. The whole backing comes off on this, which is kind of cool. I haven't seen that before. Makes it seem very sleek and modern. If I can get it back on. Like so. It also comes with this charging cable. I assume I have to charge the blind. I don't know how. I haven't looked into it that far. Let me check the instructions and get back to you. We're back. I've worked out that the charger, it's just a USB-C like my phone charger. It plugs into the left-hand side there. You can see a little green light that turned on when I plugged it in. Excuse that sound. I just knocked over the sensor light beside me. And I've just plugged it into the power point here. Ignore the mess I have here, guys. I'm still living in a renovation mess. So yeah, the power point is nearby, which is good. While that's charging, I'm going to make myself a coffee because I'm still waking up, and installing this has been slightly stressful. It's actually not as hard as I expected. I was praying that I could get it done before work. I tried to test out the remote while it's charging and it's not working, so I'm assuming it has to be off charge. I'll read the instructions while I'm having my coffee and I'll get back to you after that. I've just read the instructions and it said that when it's charging, that green LED light should be flashing. And if it's not flashing, that means it's fully charged, and it wasn't flashing when I plugged it in. So it must have come fully charged. I'm going to unplug it now and test it out for you all. Here we go. I don't know what I'm doing, but I assumed that bottom button is down. What do I do, guys? What do I do? What does that mean? What do these mean? Okay, I'm going to have to go back to the instructions. All right. I don't know what I did. I tried to follow the instructions to pair the remote and nothing worked. So I emailed SmartWings, just freaking out. And as soon as I sent the email, I just pressed the remote and it worked, guys. So I kind of spoke too soon. I had to re-email her back and tell her it's all good, but check out this blind. It is amazing. No words. It's beautiful, guys. Are you ready? No, why is it not working? Oh, there it goes. Oh, freaking out again. I'm gonna have to get used to this and really figure out how it turns on and off properly instead of accidental. These blinds are all custom to size. You send in your dimensions and they send you exactly what you want. And it turns out it does glide over this handle easy. So I can be laying in bed and yeah, pulling it up for Eddie or to wake myself up to get some sunshine in here. Look where it stops, guys. I'm really bad at measurements, but it turns out I did pretty good when I ordered this blind. It stops right to the floor, like perfecto. How perfect is that? It's literally just touching the floor, if not a mil gap. Look at that, 1 or 2 millimeters gap. I can push that loft bed back and fix it to the wall because I know where it needs to go now. I don't want it to be in the way of this blind. Look how beautiful it looks. The reason I didn't want it inside the frame like my other blind was because I wanted to make sure that it was going to go over that door handle and not get stuck on there. Otherwise, I'd have real issues, wouldn't I? I believe they also suggested that you have it, if you have an outside mount that goes over, they suggested that it hangs over, over the architrave frame. I thought it would hang over a little bit more, but it turns out it's just perfect. I'm not sure if I haven't put it on properly. Maybe it hangs too much on this side. Oh yeah, just slightly. So I could push it over about 10 millimeters. But because of where it is, I can still access my light switch pretty good. Let's press this button again. I can't stop pressing this button now, guys. It's addictive. I've never had an electric blind before. Look at that, plenty of clearance. And we'll go back up. On the instructions, it says that there could be like a 2-second delay in stopping. So you want to stop it a little bit earlier. But to be honest, it's really instant. Maybe that's if you're just doing it via Bluetooth, if you were going to control it with your phone. But with the remote, yeah, I'm very impressed. And even though it's a lot lighter in color, like the gray shade, than the original blind, I actually like it better, especially on that wall. It brings out that green a lot more or something. It softens that whole look over there. It blends in with the loft bed and the architrave so much nicer. And even, yeah, with that picture frame I got going on there. I think my remote issue wasn't an issue. It was me. I was the issue. I had to press that button. The instructions said to press, I don't want to press that button in case I unpair the remote somehow. But a little red light came on, but then nothing happened for a little while. So maybe it needs a bit of time to pair itself. I think that must have been the problem. Either way, it works and it looks fantastic, guys. Love it. That's so cool. I decided to readjust that blind slightly to make it more centered. I don't know if you can tell, but it's still looking pretty perfect to me. Make sure you get your measurements right, guys, if you decide to order one. I'm covered in cat hair and I have to go to work soon, but I'm so glad I got that blind up. I really didn't think I was able to do it in time. I'm actually impressed with how easy the installation was. And yeah, the instructions, I mean, they were clear enough, I guess. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been able to figure it out. I just hate reading instructions. So a lot of the mishaps was my fault for guessing. But I didn't really have that, that much or too many mishaps. So I'm very impressed. You know what I actually like better about that blind instead of this blind is that it actually covers all the sunlight. Like it is a blackout blind as well, but the fact that there's no gaps, along the top and along the sides, it just looks more completed, more finished, and it actually does the job of blocking out the sunlight. Whereas this is actually a block out blind as well, but because you've got the gap at the top and at the sides, it's not really functioning as it should, I guess. It looks unfinished. It looks like there should be like a curtain over the top or something. Whereas that one just looks sleek and it does what it's supposed to. I can't stop smiling. I'm so impressed with it. I even have time to have something to eat and go to work now. I believe that SmartWings is a company in the USA and they ship worldwide, guys. So if you want to get your own blind, yeah, I'll put a link in the description and just go check it out. Honestly, I don't think you'll be unimpressed. I don't think you'll be disappointed. I sure am not disappointed at all. I can't stop looking at it. I can't wait to actually use it tonight when I get home and again in the morning and every day from now on, I guess. Eddie's probably going to freak out. He's just been sleeping on the loft bed this whole time of installation. Kind of wonder what he thinks about it. They've got so many different style of blinds. I think it would suit any window, any home, any preference, like, your style preference. It's just, I wish I could afford to get another one on this window, to be honest, so they match. In the future, I might actually do that. I love it. I'm wondering if I can even get one for the little window that I'm going to be putting up under the aircon. I spoke to Russell the other day and he says that they have found a window for me. I'm just waiting on the quote now. I'm hoping in a couple of weeks I'll have the funds for that. And yeah, who knows, in the near future, I might have these blinds on all my windows. Maybe I should get one for the bathroom as well, because why not, right? They're so cool. Anyway, I'm ranting, guys. I really have to get ready for work now. And yeah, so I'm going to say goodbye. We'll see you in the next video. Peace out. Actually, I'll let Eddie say goodbye as well. Sorry, Eddie. I've taken over his tray with a laptop this morning. I was doing some work and poor Eddie's in the corner. You want me to move that computer for you, Eddie? You want to say goodbye to your fans, Eddie? Excuse me, Eddie, you got fans? Yeah, that's your goodbye? Oh, you're so polite. All right, we'll let you go back to sleep. You want this, Fatty? You can have it. I'm sorry.